And our first story, Ghanaians are largely perceived as kind and warm people, but taking on the burdens of others, just like Dr. David Fuseni Abdullahi, is not that common.
Well, he offers his medical services to the lowly placed in society for free. Matilda Pomaga visited his home in Tamale and came through with this report.
Dr. David Fuseni Abdullahi has lived most of his life here at Gurugu Tamale in the northern region. He calls this place Shekina Clinic, but I prefer to call it the home of love. He houses the homeless, the destitute, and the terminally ill, shielding them from the scorns of society. Many people shy away from them, but Dr. Abdullahi planted himself here to serve his people. Shekina Clinic is in the outskirts of Tamale, where other mentally ill persons have a place to stay and be held through genuine love and care. Amazingly, all this care is done for free. Dr. Abdullahi tells me he has been doing this for 25 years and it still feels refreshing and fulfilling compared to his mainstream practice as a medical doctor.
Let me make a correction. I'm not just being here for medical reasons. I'm being here primarily for social reasons, to make people feel that God loves them freely and unconditionally. Now, the medical conditions we usually take care of here are mentally ill people, lepers, social outcasts that nobody really wants. Some of them are beggars, not all of them are beggars, but some have been beggars. Non-Ghanaians who may be passing through and get stranded and don't want to go back home for various reasons. We've taken care of them and we've supported them, we've stayed here. In the society, what we normally do are people who are sick of various kinds. We have an outpatient unit where we see patients day in and day out. All diseases, whatever we can. I'm no specialist, but I can give the best I can to patients who choose to come this way.
It's the motivation for
the desire for happiness, the desire for joy, the desire to be fulfilled, the desire to find real inner peace. That is my motivation.
You're not being paid for all this.
Why do you need a salary for? You tell me, why do you use the salary for?
Maybe to take care of myself, my
family.
Why
would you want to take care of yourself and your family? So you can be happy.
Yeah.
So if I can find this happiness without the salary, what is your problem, madam?
So the motivation for you is just seeing people happy?
Yes. My motivation, let me say, is very selfish. I want to find joy. And joy can never be got anywhere outside giving another person the same thing. You just reap what you sow. If you give somebody joy, you get back joy. You give somebody misery, you get back misery.
Feeds the mentally ill on the streets of Gurugu and surrounding communities on daily basis. He runs this place on the benevolence of philanthropists and some volunteer medical professionals. Matilda Pomaga for Joy News, Tamale.
Well, good luck to him. And he's been doing a lot more work, and I know that he's being awarded even on most of the charity programs that we have that are organized, especially by the telecommunication giants we have in our country. But work on the second phase of the Tamale Teaching Hospital project, which is expected to upgrade the facility into 900 bed capacity, should be ready by June 2018.
The 38.5 million expansion works will primarily serve the 3 northern regions, thereby enhancing healthcare delivery.
The construction comes with a 5-story block, operating theatres and maternity wards. It will also have a 3-story accident and emergency building. Resident project architect Johannes Amoaboaten said plans are underway to ensure the project is completed on schedule.
So far we are above progress report. In fact, that is we are ahead of schedule. The contractor doesn't have any material shortage problems. Cement is on course, iron rods is on course, other materials are on course, and he's yet to increase his labor so that as the work progresses, then the labor force is also progressing.
Deputy Minister of Health, Dr. Victor Bampo, who inspected the project, was optimistic the facility will enhance medical research and provide specialized consultative health care to people in the north.
It can be used for service delivery, it can be used for training and also for research. Linked to the University for Development Studies, it means that this is a teaching hospital where students in medicine, nursing and other allied professions can come and get their training, and then they can then be spread out to the rest of the northern regions and other parts of Ghana. So it definitely boosts the capacity to produce more health workers, to increase the capacity for us to look after Ghanaians.
The team later visited the MRI scan center at the Tamale Teaching Hospital. The center has a new ultra-modern dialysis machine, magnetic resonance imaging, and computer tomography machines to enhance healthcare delivery in the area of diagnostics and treatment for cases such as kidney failures, cancers, and other disease conditions that may otherwise require surgery. Meanwhile, works on hospital expansion project at the Bolgatanga Regional Hospital and a new regional hospital for Upper West are also progressing steadily. Matilda Pamaga for Joy News.
Not too far away from this very hospital is a 70-year-old blind woman and her husband who live in Bunkrugu in the northern region, and they might soon be homeless if aid does not reach them soon.
Well, Tajion Dujin and her mentally ill husband live in a dilapidated home with 2 grandchildren under their care. Their rickety house is also collapsing. Mahmoud Muhammad Nuruddin visited them and came through with this report.
Tanjon Dujing and her husband live here alone. Their children have passed on, leaving them with the responsibility of fending for their grandchildren. Though she looks frail and her husband looks displeased with life, this couple do not intend to give up, even though they say life has been a torment for them.
I am depressed. Since I became blind, life has been difficult for me. How to fend for the children is a challenge.
These grandparents are optimistic their grandchildren, 10-year-old Asibi Yenuba and 4-year-old Vayada Yenuba, will grow to put food on their table.
I want these children to also grow and become workers and be able to feed us.
Child is died, they left only. The old man, they are still. So that's where they are helping what they need.
Tanjon Dujing and her husband are optimistic of the future, but till their optimism bears fruit, their house remains like this, under the mercy of the weather.
The Andani royal family has vowed to protect themselves from any attack from the Abudu royal family.
Well, the Andani family says it is ready to engage in another war over the Abudu's notice to forcibly enter the Gbewa Palace to perform the funeral rites of their late regent, Na Muhammadu Abdullahi IV.
The Abudu family served the notice last week and indicated that if by Tuesday, 26 January, government and the committee of eminent chiefs mediating the peace process fail to grant them access to the palace, they will forcibly enter the palace. At a press briefing on Sunday, spokesperson of the Andani family, Galway Tamalguna Muhammadu, served notice to confront any violent conduct from the Abudu family.
We serve notice that if they start a violent confrontation this time, they will be embarking on a suicide mission. We of the Andani family wish to convey to Dr. Nantoma Maman is extremely ill in the Abudu royal family. Yeah, we are ready for a confrontation. To this end, we ask the security forces in Yeti to take notice of what is happening. We have come a long way from March 2002. This time, the response of the Andani family will be swift, resolute, and direct. and in such a manner as to put permanent closure to the intransigent arrogance of this extremist of the Abudu family, not only in Yendi but throughout the world. In fact, we are stating not all Abudu families are extremists. Some of them know the truth and they are obedient.
The family also denied claims by the Abudu royal family that the Kulgana, the head of the kingmakers in Dagbon, was not properly enskinned.
Was properly and legally installed as regent of Dagbon by the late Una Abdullah in line with Dagbon custom and traditions and in keeping with the Dagbon chieftaincy procedure. And upon assumption of his position as regent of Dagbon, the Kampakwena exercised his prerogative and has skinned more than 50 chiefs across board, including more than 10 chiefs from the Abudu royal family. The eskillment of Kumana Bakapokwena was in line with the prerogative.
And this already has sent the alarm bells ringing, and the Northern Regional Security Council, as a result, has intensified security presence in Yendi and the Bewa palaces to avert a possible clash between the rival Abudu and Andani factions. The decision comes after members of the Andani royal family served notice that they would confront any violence by their rival Abudu faction. Let's look at this before we go. The Accra Metropolitan Assembly has ordered tenants of a 4-story building on the verge of collapse at Usu Alata to leave.
Well, speaking to Joy News, Assembly member for the area, Hubert Pakpo Gershon, said the structural integrity of the building only puts the tenants at risk.
An engineer with the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, Felix Tete, said they are waiting for orders from the appropriate quarters to demolish the structure.
They are supposed to be concerned about it. But as I've said, you have to get the approval from the higher authority. That's what I'm saying. That when you say higher authority, the higher authority, that's the AMPC meeting, the Accra planning, because they are, in terms of development, really take decisions from there. That's what it's made up of agencies, and the mayor is he's the chairman of that committee, because you cannot move and go and do the demolition. You have to do a little due diligence about it. Know the owners of the properties, know, people live, you have to evacuate, because we've given letters for them to evacuate from the building, although they are still in it, which you have to enforce for them to move. But once this does not be given to us for us to move in to do the demolition, that's why the building is still there. But that's what you are saying. If something happens, it means AMA is in trouble, because it's something we're supposed to demolish a building. But we are just buying time, and the building is still there.
Some tenants who spoke to Joy News are demanding compensation before vacating the place.
Nowadays, there's no money. There's no money. So we too, we are looking up to the people, whether the people who ask us to vacate from here, they should also give us some money for us to move to other places. Okay, so when I came here, this wasn't the place I was looking for. I paid in $600. Before, when I came, I noticed that, this place is not good. We are still here because we don't have anywhere to go. And the money we used to pay here, the landlord will not give us, and nobody will give us. But the AMA people always, they come here and they tell us to move, they worry us. And over to the building, it has been falling. You'll be there and it will crack, before you know it will come down. Even yesterday, I was sleeping outside here in my room before I noticed,
I said that
Part of this building cracks sometimes, and we experience it almost every time.
Inside the last visit, I made a me once a mirror demo, me call na Hassan.
We know it is dangerous to live in this building, but we do not have money to relocate.
Yeah, plan is a fiancé, but scarcely is scarcely.
Well, so that'll be it for the news for the morning. In the meantime, please always make sure you get interactive. And on Facebook, we have through the number 056 800,000 for you always to give us a lot more of those messages. We have a lot of them. What do I say? Always on the console.
I tell you what, there were a lot of questions last week.
Where was I?
So let me ask you, where did you go?
Oh,
why did you leave me lonely?
Oh, I'm sorry. I went for management training. I think I told you. You should have told them. All right, so now I'm back, and I know we're going to have a great time. She's tired, though. I wish that I could give her some time off. She's too tired. She looks too stressed.
You know, somebody said to me last week, 2 hurts are better than one, Mama.
I'm telling you.
Where's Roland?
Do you know what I was like? Wallahi. And this brings to mind, if I'm, let me just say hi to some people I met.
From where you are coming from?
Yes, from the leadership conference. I met a lot of people. And this
you should be paying me before doing
and this one is to you, Abubakar. You are in Garo Timpani, and it was a nice time meeting you last week. And for all the people that I met, please give me messages. I'll read them out to you this morning. It's the best I can do for you.
Stay with us. This is the AM show. When we come back, we have the headlines. We'll also visit some news portals. We'll tell you what's latest here on our show.
Just stay on. We'll be right back.